So, today we're going to be reviewing trucks. Yes, trucks. Today we're going to be reviewing Combiner Wars Offroad. But of course, he has some friends. First Aid. And I really like First Aid, but we're going to review it. Combiner Wars Ironhide. And Combiner Wars Trailbreaker. Very interesting figure, and I'll talk a little bit about it. So, let's get on to the review.
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
Here we have Offroad, First Aid, Ironhide, and Trailbreaker. So we're going to review them in the way I just said them. We're going to Offroad, and then First Aid, then Ironhide, and then Trailbreaker. In case you missed it, Offroad, then First Aid, then Ironhide, and then, you guessed it, Trailbreaker. So let's start off with this guy. We start off with Offroad. He was supposed to be the Wild Rider breakneck replacement. Well, until a bunch of fans started complaining a bunch, and, well, they got him replaced. But you know what? I really do like Offroad. He's very simple. He's very unique, in a way. He's just very, very simple, like I said. And I really enjoy that with Offroad. He's just a truck. And it's a bit of on an incline. This would be normally how the truck would be. It's on an incline. And I think it's cool. His hand-foot gun actually has a tab in his knuckles right here. And I think that's cool. And I think that's really cool. It's a bit different than the rest. And really the rest of them don't have like a unique way of having that other than just to have it. So, whatever. And here we have First Aid. And now, First Aid is a bit of a remold of the whole Offroad mold. Meaning that it's actually a van. And, first off, no, there's nothing really different with the transformation. It's just it has this now. It does have a different way of connecting up here, like it actually slides in this time, but that's beside the point. There's nothing really new about First Aid, other than it's just there's some remolding there. Still transforms the same way, still turns into a limb the same way, so I won't go over how it's different from the other three, whenever I transform them. So there's that. I don't know if this is for everybody, but my hand-foot gun didn't come with a knuckle. It lacks the peg point where I can put it here. I don't know if this is on all of them, but I don't know. So let me see what it looks like with another one. Here's Trailbreakers. Very different version of one. And I like that. That looks really nice. Sucks this didn't work, but oh well. So far, I do like First Aid, and it might be my favorite of this whole mold. It's really nice, and it's just different. I really enjoy it. And here we have Ironhide, and I like it, but I don't at the same time. I honestly wish they went with the First Aid mold of anything. But, alas, they did not, and this isn't bad. I do still like the Ironhide of it, and it's really nice. Does it replace the Classics Ironhide? Not really. It's very simple, and it's just a truck. Like I said, it would have been cool if it was a whole van, but beggars can't be choosers, except for if they vote, but then technically they lose the vote because the Electoral College, and And here we have Trailbreaker. Nothing's changed. Well, I'm lying. Trailbreaker actually has some interesting remolds that I actually very much enjoy. It might be like the black. It might not be the most favorite of this wave it was in, but yeah, honestly, I think it's actually pretty cool. It has a remolded arm I'll show, and it actually has a different hand-foot gun. Since I'm not going to show you the transformation on how this one's different, I'll just show it off right now. Let me get it fixed. There we go. I like this one because it actually is like claws. There's actually 3 claws instead of like 5 fingers. Like there's 4 fingers here, and then there's this one. That's normally how the hand-foot guns work. But this thing has claws, and I like that. And it's very neat. It's just awesome to me. I think it's really cool that they put this much like design into it instead of just making another cookie-cutter version of one of these. And honestly, I think this is kind of cool when it comes down to like this, because then, you know, Trailbreaker's not a truck. He's like, he has a camper back there. So I think this is not necessarily the answer to fixing that problem, but it is a nifty way of doing it. Is this generation Trailbreaker 1, Trail Cutter, whatever? I don't think so, but it is a nice idea on paper. Now to transform this mold into like mini limbs, like I said, first aid, it's the same no matter what. It just is bigger. So off-road, to make them all foot, it's honestly the easiest. You pull this out. These are very, not weak, but very loose. And not even loose, it's just they're easier to fix with. And there you go. There's the leg. Very simple. But I like it. It actually works, and I think it yeah. Most of this mold just uses this as like a arm. So whatevs. To make them an arm, that's a different story. Now, you undo the legs, and all right, there you go. And then, now this is an interesting thing to do. Well, first off, we gotta fix up his head. Now, this is something interesting. You could do this. You pull it out. You pull it out. You, now there's slots in here. And then there's the tab. You just plug it in. And then you put that there. Same goes over here. There we go. And, that's one way of doing it. Then you take out the come on. Dang it. Here we go. And bada bing, bada boop. There he is as an arm. And I really like this as an arm as well. Very creative. Very, very nice. I really do enjoy it like this. And they're not They're not perfect when tabbed in. But it's understandable because I honestly don't even think this was intentional. I think just people figured out you could do that. I don't know. Anyway, so there he is, like this. I'll make him a robot. You just do this. And ta-da! Off-road as a robot. He looks nice.
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
Off-road in robot mode is very interesting. He has a lot of teal. Like, I don't get it. Why all this blue? Looks like that gum with the duck on it. The cotton candy flavored, at least. You know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about. So, there's a very interesting thing. His arms are a little bit too long for my liking. Like, I don't know. I guess that's normal. Plus, also, these things usually get in the way. But overall, so, yeah, he's nice. He's really nice. Articulation, ball joint, swivel up here. No, actually just a swivel there. Joint, like literally the exact same thing. I don't know why I even bother with telling you about articulation. There's like barely any figures that have a hindrance on it. He comes with an axe, and I really like this axe. It's pretty cool looking. Put it there, and yeah, he's got a cool axe. And of course he has this, and he could have always hold it. But one thing I really like with off-road is I like to just put it there, and just gives him a bit of a firepower. And gives him like a free hand, so he can just go pew, 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 pew. You can also, for some reason, do this. It's not recommended, but it works. There is a figure here that I will show like an interesting way of doing it, but for now, that's what off-road looks like. I like him. And here's First Aid in his robot mode. And I like it. It's different, and I just like the overall design of Offroad. I mean, not Offroad, Jesus. First Aid. It's different. It's a bit bulkier, too. I very much enjoyed it. In fact, I wish this was like a Ratchet. Oh, wait, they did make a Ratchet. But it goes for like hundreds of dollars on eBay. Yeah, whatever. Same old articulation. I'm not even gonna bother with half of it. So literally nothing is hindered. Maybe this, but that's just that. First Aid comes with an axe as well, and you know what? I like that axe. Very nice. He comes, of course, with a foot gun, but he doesn't have a peg on the side, and that's sad. Oh, I missed the peg. You can also peg him here. Peg him at the leg. For some reason. You know, if you just want to be a dumbass. But yeah, First Aid. I really like it. New head mold. New mold in general. But it's still part of Offroad. And I really do enjoy it. And here's Ironhide. That almost looks like not Ironhide. Looks like someone else in general. It looks like Iron Man more than it looks like an Ironhide. But alas, this is Ironhide. Not my favorite. Is this a good replacement for the classics? No. There's a lot of paint missing. It's a very blandish figure, but I do enjoy it just a bit. I mean, I wish there was more paint on the arms. Maybe some there. Maybe in the legs. But overall, I wish this just had in general more paint. But it's not a terrible recreation of Ironhide. His head looks good. He looks very pissed about something. But his head is smaller than my thumb. That's just a very small looking head. I think it's weird. Very weird. Like super weird. Really weird. He of course comes with an axe, but this time it's a really bland color. Like there's no color at all in it. I wish there was more color to it. Like it's really weird. Like I wish there was like at least black here to make it different. But nah. And of course you can do this. And I like that honestly better with Ironhide because, you know, give them weapons. Kick some ass. And here is Trailbreaker. He's very different. And I like it. He has like a cannon arm and I really like that. It's really cool. He has like a blocky, boxy arm right here. And I like that too. But the rest of it, very bland. I wish there was more colors around here. Like here at least. Because honestly, it's just kind of sad that there's nothing else going on here. It's just like they almost forgot to paint whatever's left on the figure. They just said, that looks better. Oh, I can't help but... Oh, there he goes. That's just that... Okay. Something I found interesting is I forgot you could do that. And then when I tried it, it looks better with the Trailbreaker. Does it look perfect? Hell no. But does it look good? Yeah, in a sense. It looks nice. Makes sense for Trailbreaker after all. I have that kind of weird backpack thing on his back. It's a bit taller than it should be, but looks nice to me. And I think that's kind of what they went for. Jeez, I can't say words. I think that's what they kind of went with. They saw some people just do this with their figures. So I don't know. I just thought it was cool looking. Of course he has an axe. Who cares? I never thought I could do this too. Holy shit, I'm Jesus. And for size comparison, here is Starscream and Optimus Prime evasion mode. And of course, they're smaller than Optimus, but they're taller than gosh dang Starscream. Makes sense to me, honestly. So there's those guys. So let's go on over to the overall review of Offroad, First Aid, Ironhide, and Trailbreaker. Yay!
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
Overall, would I highly recommend Offroad? Yeah, I really like him. If you can't afford Wild Rider, Breakneck, whatever the hell he goes by these names. Last time I remember it was Tom. I really think this is a nice addition. If you cannot get Wild Rider. And I think he's a nice addition to Menosaur. Very nice. Do I highly recommend First Aid? Yeah, it's a new, a new kind of way with the whole off-road mold, and I really like it. It's a truck. I mean, well, not a truck. It's an ambulance, and I like that. I really like that idea. If they didn't make Swindle just a remold of Rook, I would have preferred if Swindle was this. But alas, they changed their idea. And would I highly recommend Ironhide? If you're wanting to do that whole combiner thing, sure. But if you're not, it's not the best, but I can understand some people like, yeah, he's good. I would personally recommend Arms Micron Ironhide over this Ironhide, but that's just me. He didn't even land on the couch. And my final, what about Trailbreaker? I think he's good. I really like Trailbreaker. He looks like an off-road, he looks like an Ironhide, but you know what? He has so much different going on for him, at least in the arms, that I like him. I wish there was more paint on it, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. So, whatever. Combiner Wars returns after these messages. Okay, we're back from the messages. What are we going to review next week? Oh, no.